Hello everybody, welcome back. My name's Mamiya, and today we're going to be playing some Asgards Fall, which has finally come out in early access, so no more demos, no more playtests. Now, this is the first time I'm booting up the full game, so I don't know if the playtest save file carries over or not, but before we get started, I just wanted to pose you guys a little question. Now, after episode 1, would you rather see me do full progression of this game, so unlocks as they go, or would you rather me sort of play the game a little bit offline so I can get an idea of what are some cool builds, and basically show you a lot of the fun stuff, but maybe not be discovering it on film. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below. But with that being said, today we're just gonna jump straight into it, and yeah, it looks like none of the saves have passed through. There's 3 characters that we can unlock, not 2 now. We're starting off with the warrior, who has Blood Veil, fearsome sword shrouded in legend, wielded only by those with the heart of a warrior. We can unlock the second character by getting our attack speed to 500% or above. And the third character is apply 4 different stats effects to the same enemy simultaneously to unlock this character. We're probably going to try and do that. Conquer Midgard to unlock the Warpaint Hut. Conquer any realm while above 95% health to unlock Blood Sacrifice. And this is the Compendium. Upgrading 2 matching abilities to level 5 or above will grant you a powerful Forged ability during the run. Okay. I think this is completely new. I don't remember Forged abilities being in the game before. But yeah. Let's just jump straight into a run. Now, obviously, we've got nothing unlocked, so it may be a little bit hard, but we'll keep going. See what abilities have changed, if there's any new abilities. We know physical damage is pretty damn good. Molten Trap, that seems new. Place a molten trap beneath you that triggers a rotating fire beam upon enemy contacts. Deals 30 damage on an 8-second cooldown. Yggdrasil's Pulse. Hurl a slow-moving electric pulse towards your cursor position for 60 damage on a 7-second cooldown. Or Ride of the Valkyries. Valkyries periodically ride through the battlefield, damaging enemies in their path for 40 damage on a 9-second cooldown, and you get 2 of them. Let's try the new abilities. Let's go for a Molten Trap here. And I think what we want to do, like we did in the previous videos, is just go between shrines. We get crit chance, Berserker's Fury, and attack speed. So, if this is your first time seeing Asgard's Fall, every other level we get an ability in the Web of Weird. Essentially, they're buffs, like passive buffs to the character, and you put them in the slots up above here, and they connect to other slots, as you can see the lines between them. That is relevant because of knots like these. They're called Knots of Fate, and they only do what they say they do. So in this case, the Berserker's Fury. Physical damage has a chance to enrage the player, increasing attack speed and all damage types. This only triggers if you have enough nodes connected to it. So this requires 6 nodes, or not exactly nodes, but each knot of power, as you can see underneath the diamond shape, there's 3 little nodules that only one of them is highlighted, which means This is only worth 1 point towards this knot of fate. So we'd need 6 of these white knots, the knots of power, in order to activate the Berserker's Fury ability. Now, unfortunately, I don't think any of these are good, so let's just re-roll here. Alright, we got a knot of echo here. This is a different type of knot. So this multiplies whatever slot is highlighted. So in this case, it's the slot to the right of this. When this is placed, the knot to the right will get 100% multiplier on it. So it basically doubles whatever the knot has. And a lower tier one gives you 50% multiplier. Oh, I don't really want to re-roll anymore. Let's just get 100% node multiplier. As you can see, it has actually highlighted to the right where it's going to apply the 100% bonus. So we'll pop it in there. Right. We get 3% armor. Okay, we got Arctic Assault, massive pieces of ice dropping from the sky and detonating on random locations for 60 damage on a 7-second cooldown. We got Hugin and Moonin. Call Hugin and Moonin to your side, damaging enemies around you for 60 damage. Amount 0. I'm not entirely sure why it says 0. But yeah, Magmasphere. Hurl a slow-moving Magmasphere towards your cursed position, leaving a trail of fire behind for 65 damage on an 8-second cooldown. Well, we already have a fire ability, so let's get another one. We'll get Magmasphere here. Oh, look at that. That's our trap that's been put down. That's quite spicy. Okay. Oh, what was I going to say? Bloody, Asgard's Fall, as far as bullet heavens go, is really generous when it comes to dashes and dodges. You start with a lot. Normally in these kind of games, you only have 1 dash and then you can get it upgraded. But I think you start with 3 in this game. So it's always a good idea to just dash around the place because it comes back quick enough. So what have we got? We've got a +6 damage, knot of power. We've got a 2% chill chance, knot of power, and we've got an extra dash on a knot of power. I don't think we want any of these. Let's roll. Shock chance, 3%, 1% ignite chance, and 3% chill chance. Ooh. We are not having a good day here. Dash amount, dodge chance, crit strike chance. These are all super low. Let's reroll again. Right, we'll just take the damage. +9 damage. We'll stick that in there for +18 damage. I think we really need upgrades in order to get higher tiered and higher rarity upgrades or knots of power. They are really crucial to get in the game, to getting to the end of a run, should I say. We are kind of getting our ass handed to us. Let's see. Giant's Tooth. Pierce random targets with massive spears for 58 damage on a 3-second cooldown, and you throw 3 of them. Jotunfire Outburst. Summon fiery volcanoes periodically bursting out for 63 damage on a 16-second cooldown, and you do 2 of them. Or we can get Blood Veil upgrade, and Blood Veil is our basic attack. That's the sword that we're swinging. Bump up the damage by 15%. I think we'll just go for Giant's Tooth here. It's another fire skill. And the cooldown's pretty quick and it does decent damage. Oh, we need to be picking up apples as well. For sure. Healing up to full is going to be the key to success here. Oh, lovely. We get a couple of purples. So 3% shock chance. We're not doing shock stuff, so that's a meh. +1 dash amount. Again, dashes are pretty common in this game, so I wouldn't worry too much about getting an extra dash, at least not in the early game. And a 3% ignite chance. Well, we are doing fire stuff, so I vote yes on the ignite chance. And actually, we would probably want to increase that by quite a lot. So if we can get multipliers on the ignite chance, I think that's what we're going to be looking out for. We got another blood veil damage increase. But because this is a higher rarity, it's a 25% damage increase rather than a 15%. We got Hammers of the Righteous. That is another new ability, I believe. I don't think I've seen that before. Throw Hammers of Righteous that spin around and around their target location for 63 damage on a 5-second cooldown. And Frost Trap. Place a frost trap beneath you that triggers piercing projectiles upon enemy contact for 38 damage and an 8-second cooldown. We're doing a fire build, so no thank you. Okay. We got Gungnir. Throw Gungnir at a random target, exploding on impact for 48 damage and a 5-second cooldown. That's lightning, so yeah. Molten Trap, the first upgrade here. 15% damage increase. And we've got Ember Axe. Throw exploding axes towards random targets for 93 damage on an 8-second cooldown. Amount 2, yeah. Let's take that. We're doing fire. Ooh, that's some beefy explosions. Okay. Let's just start going ham. Try and pick up as much XP as possible. Oh my days, we got a 150% node multiplier here. I think we've got to take this one. We got a 50%, which is meh, and plus 10 damage there. No, we're going for the 150% node multiplier, bringing that ignite chance up to 7.5%. We got to make it higher and higher. It all adds up. See if we can spot the ignite when it happens. Flame-bound leech. Burn targeted enemies from the inside and heal for 1% of the damage dealt. 33 damage on a 9-second cooldown. We could increase the damage of Molten Trap by 15%. Or we can do Magma Sphere to reduce the cooldown from 8 seconds to 7.44 seconds. I think we'll just get Flame-bound leech. It's a pretty damn good ability. From the playtest and the demo, you get some nice healing when you start ramping your damage up on it. Alright, we got Loki's Gambit here. Critical strikes have 5% chance to trigger a random ability. 1-second cooldown. We don't really have any crit chance, so I don't know about that. And crit, in that same vein, crit damage multiplier is a no. And I don't really care about another dash amount. Let's reroll here. 4% armor, 2% chill chance, and 3% bleed chance. I'm rerolling again. Come on, game. Give me something good. Searing Path. Leave a trail of fire when you dash that burns enemies. That does fit the build. Or Shattering Death. Frozen enemies have 10% chance to shatter into pieces when taking damage. Yeah, we're not really freezing enemies. So let's pick up Searing Path here. So we're finally going to get to see how these nodes work. The Knot of Fate. So see how we've got 3 out of 6. That's because this Knot of Power is giving us 2. And this Knot of Power is giving us 1, equaling 3 because they're connecting to this Knot of Fate. So we need a couple of extra nodes before this is actually activated. Let's go. That healing coming in nice and clutch there. I think every time it goes off, what? We're healing about 5 HP. Ember Axe. Ooh, bumping that up from 2 to 4. That essentially is doubling its damage. Molten Trap getting a 15% damage increase and Magma Sphere getting a 15% damage increase. You know, they're alright, but Ember Axe is way better. And we got to get all them golden apples for sure. If we try and get the guys hunkered up in a little circle, 6% armor could be pretty good. Chill chance 3% or 50% node multiplier. I kind of want higher than 50%, not going to lie. But 6% armor is quite nice, so let's put that down there. That puts us 1 pip away from getting Searing Path. I think armor is just a flat damage reduction. Whether or not enemies have armor piercing, I do not know. I don't know what's changed between this and the playtest. So far, it seems pretty similar. And now, because all of our abilities have filled out, so we have one in each of the slots that we have available, we're only getting offered upgrades. And 15% damage increase is meh. This is taking off, what, half a second pretty much on the cooldown of Magma Sphere. Or we can get an extra flame-bound leech. So that's more healing. This is doubling it. Yeah, I think we got to go for that. We want to become like a giant flaming octopus, essentially, with all our leeches. 2% dodge chance, 5% bleed chance, 7% attack speed. Honestly, I like the attack speed, so let's just shove that in there. That unlocks us. The Searing Path. Leave a trail of fire when you dash that burns enemies. It's only a small amount of fire, but if we aim to dash through enemies, it's going to be way more useful for us. Ooh, okay, we got 15% damage increase on the Magma Sphere here, or a 25% damage increase on the Flame-bound Leech, or a half a second cooldown reduction on the Molten Trap. So this Flame-bound Leech, they heal based on the damage they deal. So this is not only a 25% damage increase, but it's also a 25% healing increase. And you know how good healing is. It is crucial to stay alive. Right, we got a 50% node multiplier, 1% dodge chance, and 1.4% crit strike chance. We're re-rolling past those. What do we got here? 100% node multiplier. Well, that is a crying shame that it's on that side, because we can't put it onto our ignite chance. Do we want another dash if we've got the Searing Path? I think we might re-roll here. Or we could set up another node to have 100%. You know what? It's probably worth it to do that. And let's pop it over here. You kind of want to put the node multipliers on the outskirts, because they can only connect to a limited number of knots. What we're going to get for our next level up. Ooh, that's a lot of guys. We're struggling to kill them. Molten Trap, 25% damage increase. Flame-bound Leech going from 2 to 5 of the little fiery things we shoot out. Or Magma Sphere getting a 0.5 cooldown reduction. Let's increase the amount of leeches we do, and we should be healing like mad. If we can reduce the cooldown of that as well, that'd be amazing. We could essentially become complete like crazy tanks. But for now, we got 1 health regen, plus 9 damage, and 8% chill chance. I'm rerolling. 1% ignite, 1.2% crit chance, and a dash. Rerolling again. 3% bleed chance, 24 max health, or Hand of Blood. Bleeding enemies have 10% chance to explode on death, damaging enemies around them. We don't deal bleed. The max health is pretty good. Do you know what? Let's get that, and we'll put it in this node to get 48 max health. That is, what, like a 25% max health increase, essentially? Oof. We are getting bopped. Get that healing going a bit more. Magma Sphere ability size from 0 to 30%. Molten Trap cooldown reduction again, or Blood Veil damage increase. Let's make our Magma Spheres bigger. Oh, wow. That seems like more than 30% increase. Okay, these mushroom men, they attack rather quickly. Oh, that's a lot of XP on the ground. Give me all that good stuff. 50% node multiplier. Odin's Sacrifice. Decrease max health by 70%, but increase all damage types by 100%. That is incredibly risky. I think it's too risky. We don't have a lot of armor, so our health is the main thing keeping us alive. Is it too greedy trying to go for a higher node multiplier? We've got reroll, so let's reroll. Dash, 1% ignite, and 2% dodge. We got 2% crit chance, 1 health regen, and 4% chill. 100% node multiplier. Do we want to put that on health? Or do we want to do it on damage? Or attack speed? Let's stick it on damage. So we're getting plus 27 damage. I feel like that's going to help us a lot, because that's just flat damage on everything, I think. Oh, we got our first golden upgrade in the Molten Trap. Gives us 60% more damage. Giant's Tooth, we can get 15% damage increase. Or Flame-Bound Leech, we can get a cooldown reduction of, like, what's that? About 1.2, 1.3 seconds. Let's get our Molten Trap up. 60% damage increase is a huge amount. We need to pick up these apples. What's this? Inventory. Okay. We just moving along. Ooh, we got another legendary. 6% armor. What is... Oh, we can't go up and check the armor that we've already got. Honestly, this being legendary, meaning it's got 3 pips, I think is definitely worth picking up. Let's pop it over here. Then we've got spots, like we can put stuff here and here to take advantage of the 3 pips that this Knot of Power gives us. And 6% armor's decent. The more armor we have, the less damage we take, which in a roundabout way means that our healing is more efficient. Blood Veil, 15% damage increase. We can get Molten Trap damage increase from 60 to 100%. We get Flame-Bound Leech from 25% to 40% damage increase. We could go hard on the rerolls here. Do we want more Molten Trap damage? Honestly, it's 40% damage. I think it's hard to say no to that. it's gonna be helping us sort of sift through enemies a little bit quicker, because at the moment we're not one-shotting them. Let's re-roll here, I think. +9 damage, 5% shock chance, and 9% bleed chance. 6% armor. Power gain requires 13. Gain 5% increased damage for every active knot of power. So is this possible to get? I think so, but we'd need to put it there. We got 3 and 2 is 5. So we need at least 2 more legendary knots of power. And then we can probably get an epic. Another legendary. No, 2 legendaries and an epic would give it to us. Yeah. We'll keep an eye out for them. We may have to use our rerolls. But hopefully we won't have to. These are all white upgrades, so I'm actually going to reroll, try and get something better. Okay, we get Giant's Tooth upgrade, going from 3 to 5. These are the spears that we're chucking out. Blood Veil for a 15% damage increase, and Magmasphere for a 15% damage increase. We'll go for a Giant's Tooth. We want to be firing out as many spears as possible. And pick up the apples. Oh, that's so much XP. Not a level, though. Still waiting on a magnet to spawn. Oh, hello. We've got a legendary knot of power that's damage. 9% increased fire damage there. And 11% movement speed. All of these 3 are real good. But we are going... we're going for this Knot of Fate on power gain. So I'm going to pop that down there. 17% damage. We're up to 8 out of 13. Yeah. Seems pretty good. Healing is just keeping us topped up at the moment. We do heal a lot every time the leeches go off. Oh, hello. Another gold one on Magmasphere. Going from 30 to 70% ability size. Or we could go for a purple on the Flamebound Leech. 25 to 65% damage increase. Or we could get an extra spear with Giant's Tooth. I think... Oh, do you know what? We're going to go for Magmasphere. It's probably the correct decision to get Flamebound Leech, but I see shiny, I take shiny every single time. Oh, I just can't help myself. The rarer, the better, right? And we get 3% dodge chance here. 50% node multiplier. Or 8 damage with re-rolling for sure. 3% bleed chance, 1 health regen, and 11% crit damage multiplier. Regen and re-rolling again. 6% ignite chance. I do like the sound of that. Let us pop that down there. Yeah. We should be igniting a reasonable amount now. We've got... What is it, like 7% plus 6%? 13% ignite chance. Granted, it's not a huge amount, but there's a ton of enemies, so we should be seeing some set on fire at least. Giant's Tooth cooldown going from 2.8 to 2.1 seconds. 15% damage increase on the Flamebound Leech, or a reduction in cooldown on the Molten Trap. Let's go for Giant's Tooth here. Throwing out more spears. Oh, beautiful. Oh, do you know what we just found? Our first magnet. They look like skull cups in this game. Blood Frenzy. Physical attacks have 5% chance to generate a stacking buff, increasing attack speed by 1%. The buff gets removed when taking damage. Well, we take damage all the time, and we're not doing physical attacks, so no thank you. 4% armor and 1 dash. No. 1 health regen, 7% attack speed, and 4% armor. That's a no from me. 50% node multiplier. I mean, we could take it, but I kind of want better than that. 4% armor and 1% dodge chance. 13% attack speed. 50% node multiplier and 2% chill. Okay, my apologies there. Just had to let my dog out. I think we've got to go for the attack speed here, right? Attack speed's just, it's too good. And it also bumps us up to get the Knot of Fate. So we get 5% increased damage for every active Knot of Power. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 knots of power. So that's a 45% damage increase. We should be doing it pretty damn good. Just getting those damage multipliers stacking. Ooh. Magmasphere, cooldown reduction, probably not. Molten Trap, 15% damage increase, or Flamebound Leech, cooldown reduced by almost 2 seconds. That is huge. Yes, please. That means more healing as well, because the Flamebound Leech is what's giving us our sustain at the moment. And it is so good. Granted, compared to our other abilities, it's not doing anywhere near as much damage. But it still does damage. Ooh, hello. 150% node multiplier. Oh dear. We do actually have somewhere where we can put this. And I think we will use it. 150% node multiplier. Put it on ignite chance. Goes up to 12% ignite chance. With that, 6%. So what's that? 18% ignite chance. We should be setting enemies on fire left, right, and center now. Oh, those projectiles are homing from the skull guys. We're just about quick enough that they don't hit us. Further reduction in Flamebound Leech. Don't know about that. Giant's Tooth getting its cooldown reduced by, what, like 0.3 seconds? Or ability size on the Magmasphere. Let's bump our Magmasphere up. It is getting huge. Not sure how the game determines what direction it's going to send it in. Is it the direction we're running, maybe? Scardy's Hunting Ground requires 10 pips. You get 100% increased damage, but also take 100% increased damage while standing still. Okay, well, we're running around all the time, so that's a no. 50% node multiplier and a 50% node multiplier. We reroll here. 3% armor, 3% ignite, and 1% chill, no. 6% dodge chance. That is pretty damn good. The question is, where do we put it, though? I don't know. It also comes with a 5% damage increase because it's a knot of power. Oh yeah, let's pop it down here. Keep an eye out for if we ever see dodge above our character, then we know the dodges are working. Ember Axe bumping up from 4 to 7 axes thrown. Giant's Tooth getting an extra spear. Or Molten Trap cooldown. I think we want more Ember Axes. They're the little explosions that you can see. We gotta rush for this apple. Okay. We should be hitting the first boss pretty soon. I think it's at the 10-minute mark anyway. Enemies out spawning. Uh-oh. Okay, 23% crit damage multiplier, 3% bleed chance, and 12 max health. No thank you. 2.1% crit chance, 50% node multiplier, and 25% crit damage multiplier. Don't like any of them. 5% increased fire damage, 2.3% crit strike chance, and fiery prowess for 9. Killing a burning enemy has 2% chance to permanently gain 1% increased fire damage. I don't know if this is possible for us to get. We'd have to get another legendary. So 9. We've got a couple of spots that have 5. One spot that is a 6 right now. Yeah, let's pop it up in the 6. So we need another legendary to trigger it. Oh, we definitely need to be careful with our dashes on this boss anyway. Just keep moving in a circle, I found, is the best way to deal with this boss. And you want to be as far away as possible. Sometimes that is not possible because she charges at you, but as long as you keep going around in a circle, you should be fine. You can't touch me. Lovely animations on her anyway. Oof, that was a hit. And we almost healed back to full before she hit us again. Feeling relatively safe with the build that we've got. Yeah, nice. What do we get from this? Some crafting materials. That's boss number 1 down. And that is an absolute horde of guys. Welcome to your doom, my friends. I'm to meet your maker. Ooh, hello, we get another gold. Blood Veil gets 40% damage increase. That's our base attack. Nah, Giant's Tooth going from 5 to 9 spears that we throw is quite big. Or Flamebound Leech getting a 15% damage increase. I think we gotta get more spears going. We should be spamming them spears now. I mean, you can hear us. That sound is the sound of thousands of spears being unleashed. Okay, we got node multiplier. 50% dash amount and bleed chance. Now we're just going to re-roll here. 100% node multiplier. Where will that fit? I mean, it could buff the attack speed. Do you know what? I think it's worth... Oh no, it's damage. Oh yeah. Bumping that up by 100%. 34 damage. Oh, hello. Do I see a magnet over there? I think I do. Just a small amount of juicy XP. I suppose it's not been that long since we took out the boss. Right, we got Molten Trap cooldown reduction from 6.67 seconds to 5. We got Flame-Bound Leech reduction by 0.9 seconds there. Or Magma Sphere cooldown reduction. I think I'm going to keep going into the Flame-Bound Leech here. It's a great all-rounder for sustain and for a bit of damage. Plus we got more burn, and I believe it burns enemies. Oh, that's a lot of AoEs on the ground there. I think it's these, like, poison cloud looking bush freaks that are going after us. 3% dodge chance, 17 max health, and 19% movement speed. I mean, that movement speed is pretty big. Yeah, I think we got to stick it down here. Or do we put it up here? We're running out of spaces now. Let's just pop it in the middle there. Movement speed is pretty good in this game. Like most bullet heavens, but especially here because every enemy does an AoE attack. And they all have wind up. Like, you can see all the red stuff on the ground. That's when an enemy's winding up their attack, and you can see as the red bit on the ground gets more and more filled. It's like the countdown before they do their attack. So it's always pretty good to have movement speed to be able to avoid that. And we have all white upgrades here, so I'm not even going to look at them. I'm just going to re-roll. Damage increase on the Giant's Tooth. We are spamming them to all hell. So 40% more damage on that is going to probably turn out to be a lot. Better than the cooldown and another axe. Yeah. Let's get more damage on the spears. We are holding our own pretty well. This is considering it's the first run. I have no upgrades. I've got nothing. Heal 1% after triggering 10 fire abilities. The question is, can we even get that? We got a 6er that we can put down in the corner. I think that's probably worth it. Triggering 10 fire abilities. Yeah. Let's pop that there. Then we just need a legendary to slot in there, and that'll unlock both of those nodes for us, connecting them together. Oh, wow. We took a big old hit there. That was shield guys ramming us. Alright. It's starting to get rather chaotic. Oh, a big ball of fire doing work there. I think we reduced the Ember Axe cooldown from 6.6 to 5 seconds. They do big AoEs, and I ain't gonna say no to a big AoE when this amount of enemies are just running at us. Okay. There's an apple over there. Oh, we're back to full. Never mind, I thought we needed that healing apple. Apparently not. Let's re-roll. I'm trying to go for a gold. 26% crit damage multiplier, 19% movement speed. Nope. 29% increased fire damage. Okay. That is a god tier roll for us. And we're going to stick it up there. Now we also have Fiery Prowess. Killing a burning enemy has 2% chance to permanently gain 1% increased fire damage. And Rejuvenating Flame. Heal for 1% after triggering 10 fire abilities. Awesome. It looks like now as well there are... what are they called? You know, the leeches, the fire leeches, healing for 2 per tick rather than 1. So we're getting twice as much healing now. Giant's Tooth, that's a 25% damage increase. We've got so much currency to reroll. I am tempted to just try and go balls to the wall and get something great. 40% damage increase on the Molten Trap. Nah. Cooldown reduction on the Molten Trap. I kind of want there to be more Molten Traps. But sure, we'll get the cooldown reduction. Oh, the healing is so good. Hardly feel worried at all. We can take a hit and be completely fine. Unless an enemy does insane damage to us. So maybe we need to start thinking about armor and how we're gonna stop. Oh, 23% movement speed. 3.1% crit strike chance, or 50% node multiplier. I'm just gonna shove that down there. 23% movement speed. Oh, we're so much faster now. I can really feel that movement speed increase. It's going to be a lot harder for enemies to hit us with their charged up abilities. And we got to think as well, if we get to the boss, bosses have big massive AoEs, so we're gonna want to be able to dodge and also run out of their AoEs, otherwise suffer huge amounts of damage, and getting our movement speed up to what it is just yes. Cooldown reduction from 5 to 3.75 seconds. That is spamming of the Ember Axes. It also synergizes with our ability of every 10 times we use a fire ability, we heal for 2% of our health. So yes please, get them cooldowns reduced. Oh, there's another magnet. And enough for a level up. 8% increased fire damage, 2.4% crit strike chance, not a fate. Blood Pact, you take 1 damage per second but gain 10% lifesteal. We've already got ways to heal, so it's a no from me. 25 max health, 1 dash amount, chain lightning. Lightning damage has 3% chance to cause a chain lightning. Hitting up to 5 enemies, cannot trigger itself. We're not doing lightning damage, so that's a no. 1 health regen is a meh. 14% attack speed. Feel like we could take that, sure. Let's pop that down here. It's also 5% damage increase thanks to our other Not of Fate power gain. I'm not entirely sure how attack speed works. I think it might just be a reduction on all of your abilities. Because it can't just be your starting ability, right? Alright, we're back, sorry about that. Had a bit of a sneezing fit thanks to the hay fever, it's really doing me in this week. Ember Axe for a further cooldown reduction, or damage increase by 40% on the Magma Sphere. Let's get more damage. Stacking that damage. So far, so good. We do love the cooldown reduction, but if we can get 40% damage, I mean, how can you say no to that, really? Bring it on, bozos. 4% armor, 5% attack speed, and 1 dash. 18 max health, blood frenzy. We're not doing physical attacks, so no. We can get an extra dash. This is also an extra dash, but legendary. 100% node multiplier. Well, we could stick that down on the damage. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Plus 51 damage there. Oh yeah, we're healing for 3 a tick on our leeches now, thanks to that flat damage increase. That is going to make us, I think, unkillable. What else we got going on? These guys are just melting now. We've nearly filled up all our knots. Get more flame-bound leeches. Honestly, I don't know if we want that. Cooldown reduction on Giant's Tooth from 1.68 to 1.26 seconds. Yeah, I think that's worth it. Nearly got hit by ranged AoE there. Luckily we heal like a madman. I might actually take a few hits just to... or try and take a few hits. See how quickly we heal. Okay, that was too many guys. That was too scary. We are re-rolling 4% ignite chance. What does that take us up to? Like 24% chance? Sure, we'll take it and we'll stick it down there. It's an extra 5% damage as well. And we stand still and not die. Let's see. Okay, we need to move. The ranged AoEs, the little, these green guys actually did us dirty there, but we are healing quick. And they're all white upgrades, so no thank you. Cooldown reduction on the Ember Axe from 3.36 to 2.25 second cooldown. I think so. Remember as well, we're healing every 10 times we use a fire ability. So we only need to use each of our abilities twice to get that heal. Enemies are dying quite far off the screen because an apple just appeared on the map. Right, we're into the last minute. I think the last boss spawns at 20. 100% node multiplier. Well, that's useless because we can't stick it anywhere. 17 damage, just straight up. We'll take it. We're gonna, hopefully, we might not actually fill out the nodes. It depends how much XP we get from these mushroom guys. And if the devs have changed it so the last boss summons at 20 minutes or not. I presume it's gonna. We might just get another level. And we get a magnet though. We want a big old magnet. XP all over the shop. Come on, just one level before the boss. There we go. I'm gonna re-roll until, well, there we go, we got a gold. But it's only extra ability size on the magma sphere, and that's not going to help us in the boss fight. So let's get more ember axes, going from 7 to 10. Hell yeah. We dodged their attack. And it's down just like that. Beautiful. Okay. Pick all those up. Can't believe it. Our first run was a success. Yeah, straight up to level 6. And we did... Is that 12 million damage with the Ember Axe? Wow. That was insane. The Flamebound Leech doing the least amount of damage by quite a margin, but I think it healed us, like, way more. Haven't unlocked any characters yet. I guess we've not got 500% attack speed. We have 5 levels, so let's get some max health and armor. And then Feast Enjoy. After leveling up, heal for 10% and get 20% movement speed boost for 10 seconds. Whirlwind, exchange the sword swing with a whirlwind attack. I think that's worth it. And an extra dash. Do you know what? Let's get a Feast Enjoyer as well. Why not? Now, the question is, can we actually... I don't think we've got the materials to make anything yet. No. I think we have to go to different realms. That's a lot of grinding. Alright. Well, I think that's going to be it for today's video, guys. But yeah, like I said, if you want to see me do the full grind process, then do let me know in the comments. Or if you would rather just see me have all of the resources to get more and more busted runs, then yeah, do let me know. And I will change the recording plans accordingly. But for now, my name's been Mimir, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked what you see, then don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, you know, all the usual jazz. And yeah, I will catch you in the next video. Ta-ta for now.